Welcome, and again, welcome to my very first YouTube video on my very own YouTube channel. It feels a little bit strange to say that, but it is. It is my very own YouTube channel. My name is Guy T, and I'm 26 years old, living in London. I'm a Dutch citizen of Congolese descent. So, as you can hear, I'm a little bit from everywhere. Now this video has been a very long time coming. I actually recorded this video before, but when I rewatched it and I realized that it was a little bit too long and it wasn't easily digestible for your everyday viewer, I just thought, well, let's redo this whole video and chop it up in different parts. And also with everything that's happening, I just had to change some information that was in there. So yeah, the first thing actually that I want to address with this video is that my thoughts and prayers go out to those people that are affected, by far or from close, by this whole virus and this whole pandemic that's happening in the world. So that's the first thing that I wanted to address here. The second thing is, of course, please excuse my appearance because I couldn't go to the barber with everything that's happening, of course. So I have a lot of facial hair and a lot of hair on my head. So yeah, I kind of look a little bit like a caveman, but it's only temporary. It's only temporary, guys. We'll all get through this. Anyways, I'm a person that is very passionate about personal finance. I'm very much invested in this topic and I research this on a daily basis. Anyone who knows me will tell you that I talk about this topic on a everyday basis to anyone who will listen to me. So this is very easy for me to do. This is a natural conversation for me to have with you all. However, it's not as natural for me to do this in front of the camera. So please bear with me as I am here to learn, as I hope that you are also here to learn with me and to grow with me. So with everything that's happening right now, the importance of savings have become more apparent. And as I said in the beginning, in the beginning, I did record this a first time because savings are so important, but also because people have come to me, especially since the beginning of the year, and told me, Guy T, I want to save more money. I want to save money in a better way, but I don't know how to go about this. And this brings us to the topic of our video. When people come and tell me they want to save more money, they want to save money in a better way, there are two things that come to my mind in an immediate way. The first thing is, what is your goal? That's the first question that I ask. What is your goal? What is it that you want to achieve with this money? What is it that you want to do with this money? What is your goal? Now that's a question that I ask because different accounts that are out there will serve different purposes. As an adult though, I always say you need at least 3 different savings accounts. The first one is going to be your emergency fund. That is money basically for emergency, as the word says itself. The second one is going to be your short-term projects money, and I'll explain a little bit later what I mean by this. The third one is your long-term projects money, your long-term project savings account. Now, if you're someone like me, you will have to get a fourth account. That's an account that will serve to build your wealth. Now, that's a topic on its own and I'll tackle this in a different video, but I felt the need to say this because we're starting this whole journey together. For the first 2 accounts, and I mean here the emergency fund and the small projects or the short-term projects that you want to save for, you will need accounts that will give you a instant access into your money, but also that is very flexible. Now, I have to say this, please, oh, I beg, an emergency fund is not a fund that you will use to buy a Louis Vuitton that has been put on sale.
Non, dans la sable c'est sérieux. Lorsqu'on parle à un bachelor, on a de la différence.
And I say Louis Vuitton because Louis Vuitton is never put on sale, but it's not for that purpose. An emergency fund you will use for emergencies and emergencies only. So the situation we're in right now is a very good example of a situation where you should be looking into your emergency funds. Some people will lose their jobs. Some people have already lost their jobs, and I can attest to this. I have some friends that have lost their jobs. And you should be looking then at your emergency funds and really just see if it's in a good enough shape for you to replace your income for a couple of months. Now, another situation where you will need your emergency funds, for example, as us Africans, when there's a loss of life that happens in our family, we also all will put some money into the funeral cost, and in my case, for example, also the travel cost to go somewhere, whether it's in Belgium or maybe even if I have to go to Africa. You will need to take your hand and dip it into that emergency funds for those kind of occasions. Unfortunate occasions, but they are things that happen. Now, right about now, you're probably wondering, how much money do you need in this emergency funds? Well, I always tend to say you need 1 year worth of income in this account. Now, this is not something that you're going to achieve in one day, not even a month, or even 3 months. This is something that will happen over several years. Why? Because it's 1 year worth of income. So the best thing to do here is to split that into different milestones. You go first for 3 months worth of income, then 6, then 8, then 9, then 12. And basically when you arrive at the 12, you don't have to save into this account anymore. However, if you want to have FU money, then it's probably better to save even more in there, so you can also just do whatever you want with your time whenever you want to quit your job, for example, and say you want to go for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months and travel the world. Well, you then have the money to do so. So that's one thing that you need to look into when you're doing your savings account. 1 year, then after you've had it, you can stop saving in there. But if you want to have FU money, then you can continue and save there for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years worth of income, and then you literally just can do whatever you want to do. The second account, and this is for your short-term projects or your small projects, is sort of your fun money, but without it being instant. Now, this is money that you will be able to use towards your holiday, towards that expensive thing that normally would be out of your budget, like that Louis Vuitton bag that I just mentioned, or other similar things. Now, there isn't a fixed amount that you need to have saved in this account. It really just depends on what you're saving for. So, for example, for a holiday, I usually say try to save about 6 to 12 months before your departure date, because that will help you in saving that money. So for example, if you're going to Bali and it costs you £5,000, it's way more difficult to save for that £5,000 in 3 months time than it is in 12 months time. So very important to save for your holidays in at least a year in advance. The third type of account, which is your long-term savings accounts or your big project savings accounts, is an account and money that you will use towards your investments or things that you can't buy in one time. Now, this is your car, this is a house, this is that big and expensive material that you need for your business and you can't go without it. Now, these items are items that can't be bought with cash only. They have to be bought with a loan, so you need good credit for it. Now, these accounts can be less flexible because you will be saving for a longer period, you will not be touching your money for a longer period, and you will know exactly when you will need that money. And whenever an account is less flexible, that also means that the yield will be very much higher. Which brings us to the second thing.
Say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right
in the whole scheme of things that you need to look into for a savings account. So after we would have determined with the person that told me, Guy T, I want to save more, I want to save better, what his goal is, what he's trying to achieve, what he's trying to save for, and ultimately which account he should be looking into. After we would have determined all those things, we'll be looking into the interest rate. Now, I realize some of you will not know what the interest rate is, but that's okay, that's not a problem. I'm gonna explain what it is. The interest rate is an instrument that is used by the bank and that will determine what your money is worth in a year time. So say I have £100 today. I put it into a savings account that gives me a 1% yield per year. that £100 in 1 year will be turned into £101. Now that's without me having done anything. That's without me having worked for it. That's literally just me putting that money into the account, and that has made more money. And that's the beauty about saving. Your money literally makes more money. Your money works for you. So that's why it's important to save. But it becomes a little bit more complicated in real life because you also have another thing that is called the inflation rate. Now, the inflation rate is an instrument also that is used by, let's say, the powers that be. It's not by the bank, it's literally just the economy that has an inflation rate. The inflation rate currently in the UK, I think, is 1.7%. I think 1.7%. I'm not sure anymore, but I'll put it on the screen anyways. But I think it's 1.7%. So say I have £100 again. I don't do anything with it. I just keep it in my pocket. That £100 will be turned into £98.3 worth. So that £100 is not worth £100 anymore longer because of the inflation rate. It's worth less now. And that's why the interest rate is very important. And the higher it is, the better it is, because that's going to fight the inflation rate better. The inflation rate literally is just that guy, that is in your class that distracts you from...
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Sorry, what did I say? Distracts you from getting good grades, basically, from working. He always makes jokes, he always does anything, but you can't actually follow the class. Or that person at work that asks you to do something and he doesn't give you all the information, and then it's time for delivery, and that's not the job that he asks you to do anymore, and basically you have to start all over. So it makes your money less productive. And so that's why having a interest rate that is high is very, very, very important. So we have made it to the very end of the very first video on YouTube, guys. Congratulations. No, but seriously, thank you for watching this video. Honestly, it was very important for me to make this. I hope that you like this, and I hope that you've gotten something out of this. Just to do a quick recap, whenever you start saving, or you're already saving and you're looking to get a new savings account, the first thing you need to look into is, 1, what is your goal? What is it that you're trying to achieve? Is it an emergency? Is it for a long-term project? Is it for a short-term project? And then 2, what is the interest rate? Because this is going to fight the inflation rate in the best way possible. Now, some of them actually are really criminal out there, so you really have to look into the best interest rates possible. And I'm going to look into those actually also for the next couple of videos, just so you have also kind of an idea. This is more skewed to the UK, but the principles really apply to any country out there. So if you're not from the UK, of course your accounts are not going to be the same as the accounts that we have, but look into the best interest rate possible. Now, what do YouTubers say whenever they end this? If you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe, because apparently it helps with the YouTube algorithm. Hit the bell icon so you will be notified of any new video that's out there, and share this video with a person that you think will benefit from this. I think that's all YouTubers say, so yeah. See you guys next time. Kaity's out.